Beast. Faceoff back Greg Gurenlian of New York set a single-season MLL record this year, winning 73.1% of his faceoffs. Also set records for faceoff wins and ground balls in a season. They go head-to-head all night when the Faceoff X with Cannons rookie Joe Nardella out of Rutgers. Joe won 21 of 35 faceoffs last week in a loss at Ohio. Also scored his first 2 career MLL goals, both in the first half of that game. John Tucker told us if the Beast, Greg Gurenlian, wins 70+% of the faceoffs tonight, the Cannons are in serious trouble. And here we go. Second 2015 MLL semifinal is underway. And Nardella, surprise, surprise, wins the faceoff head-to-head with Gurenlian. One career playoff tally for the rookie. 4th overall pick for the Cannons. MLL draft this year. How about Nardella, 2 for 2 with a faceoff X against the Beasts. The record-setting faceoff man for the
point right now. Nardella has been the driving force for Boston in this 2-0 start. He's dominating the X.
He's won the first 2 faceoffs. If he can find a ground ball, it'll be 3. Ratliff does. Can he get it with possession? Yes. 3 in a row on the faceoffs for Boston against the record-setting Greg Gurenlian, who was the faceoff.
They're what make this Boston team effective offensively.
25 seconds between cannon goals. Can Gurenlian get going? Yes, he can with his first faceoff win. Playing out to LaPierre. Hawkins wing play, aggressive with Nardella. Balls on the carpet again. Fletcher finds the GB though for New York. Hole call. And the quick re-trigger right back to Brody Merrill and Syracuse. A 5th round pick, which is late by MLL standards to become a star. He's become one of the top threats here in New York. Finally, the Lizards score a goal. Can they build on the momentum? The Beast and Nardella in a scrum at midfield. There's a long battle here. The rookie from Rutgers holding his own against Greg Gurenlian. That's impressive enough. Ball comes loose. Holmes can't find it. Nardella does. Shoots on the run, just off target.
Dave, I haven't ever seen anything like this. Greg Piskoljan of Ohio was the only player this year to win the battle with Greg Gurenlian at the X. But remember, Nardella's a rookie. He hasn't played a full season, and he's coming to this game, and he's dictating the tempo.
Back-to-back years for John Tillman. Owen Blythe played in the national title game. Lost to UVA, still Stanek in 2011. Lost to Loyola. A couple players in the field for Boston. Ratliff and Hawkins. Manny, an assistant at Wagner for head coach Matt Posque, who did play and played well at times this year for New York, another former Cannon. There's a lot of the Cannon team records. Hartzell off the wing. Beats Hawkins to the rock. New York trying to get things going here. Kevin Unterstein and Rabel nearly collide. Almost caused a turnover. Now 99's got it back. 68 points.
And Dave, that's a way to counteract a team that's sliding quickly like Boston is. If you're constantly cutting off that slide, you can find windows in the defense.
Velasco 2-1 for 3 in the regular season finale at Denver last week. Matching that already tonight in the first half. Violation. Nardella, 4 points, finishing up this year. Still #1 all-time league history, but Rabel may pass him when things are said and done. Big goal for New York. They've scored 2 in a row for the first time in the game tonight. And Gurenlian takes the face-off from Nardella. Unterstein, right-hand cradle, eludes Ratliff's trail check. Unterstein streaks in a right shot, he scores! Kevin Unterstein! Back-to-back Jets for New York. And they're within 1 goal of Boston now. Wing play, the DB. On his former college field, Unterstein makes it 5-4.
Starts at the face-off, and Scott Ratliff has had a fantastic game. season to this point, but this is a play he'd love to have back because an over-the-head check here at this area of the field creates an odd man rush, and Unterstein makes him pay. Nobody slides upfield, and he's capable of scoring in transition. New York has regained momentum. You can sense it on this sideline.
6 career playoff tally, only 3 in the regular season for Unterstein, who is a D-mini. 4 straight face-off wins for the Beasts. Greg Gurenlian flipping the script on Nardella, who had such a great start. Gurenlian 6 of 10 now. Face-offs against the rookie from Rutgers. Nardella finds the ground ball this time, though.
And Dave, this is where that face-off game becomes so interesting because it truly is a chess match. They're great wrestlers at the X, but the good ones and the great ones, which Gurenlian is, are the ones that can make that adjustment. They recognize what a guy likes to do, so in that second, third, and fourth quarter, they can make that stop.
Morasco 2 for New York and a pair for Ryan Tucker. Another big face-off, Nardella and the Beast, who's got it, Kevin Unterstein. Scored once in transition in this first half, thinking about a second tally. Wisely holds up for the offensive mind of Rob Pennell. 2010 national champ for John Donowski at Duke. A former star Del Barton in New Jersey. A great hockey player too in high school, was drafted and recruited as a hockey star. Defenseman in hockey. Offense, lacrosse. Gurenlian wins the faceoff. Pennell can't find the handle, and guess who does? The all-time leader, ground balls, MLL history, Brody Merrill. Full head of steam into the offensive end. Adams bid for another one, stop by Adams. Adams on Adams. Drew moving to his right. 3rd year in the league. The All-Star Game MVP last year. Truly one of the rising stars in the MLL. We spoke with him before the game. Adams interview coming up with Rob at halftime in a few moments.
Ground ball, number 81.
Spectacular future ahead of him. Unterstein, things unsettled. Cruising in a lefty shot, deflected last second. Right scoring. New York team has roared back in this second quarter. And face-offs have been big heading into that draw. Lizards in the second quarter, 8 of 10 on face-offs for Greg Gurenlian. Nardella, things unsettled, stays in the field for a shift. And he'll tap.
It's the most important player in that first half for New York.
7 saves for Adams. Former star at Penn State. Battle, face-off X, Nardella and the Beast. Who's going to get that ground ball? Push call against Joe Nardella. And the rookie not victorious that time of the face-off, head-to-head with Gurenlian. DiNapoli re-triggers. Joe Spallina and Lizards coach one Steinfeld Cup for Rabel. 2011 with Boston. Maybe a second this year.
Look, I can't imagine what it's like. I played against Rabel in high school and in college. But at this level and where he is with his game, to have him at full speed and you just standing there waiting, extremely different.
Ratliff tries to get nifty on the pass to MLL, but it's over the rookie out of North Carolina's stick. Turnover right back to New York. Some more on Paul Rabel. Great career with
one in that unsettled situation.
Gurenlian hoping to go 11 for 18. Face-offs. We'll do that. The Beasts. Unterstein with the spin move. Stopped. Knocked down. Bilal got a piece of that loose change and procedure violation against New York.
Doing him no favors trying to get back in this game. Makes sense that Gurenlian's starting to figure this thing out.
12 of 19 now for the Beasts. Clean face-off win. Taking over after a bit of a rough start.
Greg throws the ball, makes me nervous.
Only 16 of 30 last week in that loss to Denver. 5th career playoff tally. Hat trick tonight for Matt Gibson. Rookie of the Year in 2012 and All-Star the same year for New York. In and out of the Lizard lineup the last couple of years, but he's really emerged this season as an offensive complement to the huge names New York has.
It's a great story. He went to Denver.
9 saves for Burke. Sits for now. Gittleman had 19 saves in the game against Ohio last week. Burke sat. John Tucker rested him. So he's in there now. Spin score! Hawkins in traffic. Finally something positive for Boston. They had not scored since the 3:57 mark of the second quarter. Finally, their first goal of the second half.
Dave, I wish it was overly complicated so I could give you this lacrosse knowledge, but it's really simple. When Boston wins faceoffs, they get a chance to do what they do best, attack early in a shot clock when things are unsettled. Nardella finds Hawkins on the inside. That play was set up by Nardella, Scott Ratliff, and Josh Hawkins. All part of that faceoff unit for the Cannons. Greg Gurenlian has dominated this game since the start of the second quarter. Nardella finally gets a win. Boston sees some success.
Gurenlian 12 of 19 faceoffs heading into this draw on the Faceoff X. Since 7:26 Eastern Time, it's now 8:21. Finally a goal for the Cannons. Flag flies. Finally coming with 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. For Ohio, Marcus had a hat trick. Machine season is over. And beginning the fourth quarter, Spolina stays in the penalty box. Man on faceoff. Ratliff. Seaball, a 2. Scores! It's a 2-pointer. And a long-range bomb for Seaball. And hang on a minute. With the man advantage, the 2-pointer beyond the 16-yard arc can change the game in a hurry. 12-9.
And credit Joe Nardella. It starts with his work, and then Scott Ratliff gooses this ball to himself. And again, Boston at their best when they're in transition. Seaball, an absolute rocket coming out of his stick. The beauty of the 2-point shot is you're never telling.
It is his 9th goal this season.
Can they stack possessions and goals?
Number 42, Max Seaball, the assist to number 2.
Seaball grew up in Wheeler, New York, here in Nassau County, only 6 miles from the Hofstra campus. A great chat with Max this week, so excited about returning to New York, taking on his teammates near his hometown. Big 2-pointer a moment ago.
And when that trade went down, Dave, he was disappointed. Obvious reasons, but he's found a role in a home in Boston.
DiNapoli, wide of Gittleman, who stays in the game and goal for Boston.
His work.
Top of the broadcast, we saw how difficult it is to defend Rob Pennell. Question mark dodge. Where is he going to go? That's the question most defenders don't guess right. Gittleman the breakout. Buchanan scored early, the second tally of the night for Boston. Part of that 3-0 first quarter. Does it again! Lefty bouncer on the move for Kevin Buchanan. Spent a lot of his career in the penalty box. But Joe just thrilled talking with us several times this year.
Brian Spolina, 1 minute unnecessary roughness.
7 years separate them. Very close family here on Long Island.
I've grown to appreciate his game more in recent years because I have seen what he's done in terms of a communication and leadership role with the defense, and he still plays with a ton of passion. But sometimes those plays, and we'll see what happens in the next 9:20, can come back and really hurt the team.
Yard sale, trail check there. Brody Merrill on the beast Greg Gurenlian, and John Tucker takes advantage of the possession on the man-up face-off with 51 seconds left. Wizards by 4. Last year, the Rattlers lost to Denver by 1. Rochester has won Steinfeld Cup in 2008. Boston has 1, New York has 2. in their respective franchise histories. Manny free lefty blast. Missed the mark, the heater for Will Manny, and a nice look against that.
He's the face of lacrosse when it comes to marketing and worldwide exposure, but one championship, when he looks back on his career, wouldn't be enough. He wants to stack them, and it starts the season.
Getting closer, 7 minutes, 5 seconds away from the shot in Rochester next week. Nardella comes loose. Flag flies. Penalties coming here on New York. Seaball, 2 on the way. It's a blast and stopped by Adams again. 15th save of the night for Drew Adams. Here comes our penalty against the Lizards.
Playing man down creates passing lanes and shooting lanes for guys like
assist to number 16, Ryan Tucker. That's
Ill-advised penalty from Ryan Spallina. Opens the door for the second 2 of the night
from
Matt Seaball. And I know, as you mentioned, that Boston, of course, has to hunt for the 2s, but have you ever seen 2 2s in a game by one player? It's very rare to see 2 2s in a game from 2 teams, much less one player.
I want to say 3 years ago, maybe 4, Kyle Dixon, former midfielder of the
Right,
Chesapeake
that's the
Bayhawks.
all-time record for 2s.
He had 3 2s in a game.
51 2s for Kyle to lead the league in its history. Gurenlian wins this face-off, plays back for Fletcher. And New York will set off right before the game during warm-ups. He said, this atmosphere, the feel, this one, the practice this week reminds me a lot of the championship game I played in 2012 in Foxborough for the Greyhounds, where they won their only national championship, beat Maryland in the title game.
Came over via trade this season. One of the many new pieces for the Boston Cannons that have created what is a special group.
And they got possession again. Here's Will Manning cranking. Lefty shot just missed its mark. First of the night, and how about the Cannons for League Coach of the Year, John Tucker? This one setting up for a great finish. Another face-off win. Nardella, dangerous play. Ratliff back to Gilman. Here he comes again across the midfield line. Huge possession. Buchanan establishes himself physically. Now Hartzell picks him up on defense. And here's Boston with a Danville, California, near San Francisco. High school at West Genesee up in Camillus near Syracuse. And how about this? With half a minute to go, we're tied up on a long scrum with Nardella and Gurenlian in the face-off ranks. Big whistle. Timeout.
Timeout, New York.
Apparently enough possession for Gurenlian. And the officials' view to give New York the power to call timeout there. That was close. 22 seconds. Defender. There's nothing like it. Overtime in lacrosse. Next goal wins. Gurenlian 19 of 31 in regulation. Face-offs. Huge draw to begin OT. Who's got it? Ground ball. Ratliff finds it.
Pulsing ground ball, number 2.
Quick timeout called by Boston. Ratliff pumped for good reason, because the Cannons have possession with a chance to win it in OT.